Hello learners, in this lecture we'll see how to calculate the cutting length for the lateral ties. So going back to the drawing, these are the lateral ties what I'm considering. So what I need to do, I have to write down all those things. It's already written by me. So what is the breadth of the column? Whatever we have it here, it's a 230 mm by the depth of the column is 450 mm. Whatever we have written it here, it's the same thing what we need to write. Coming to the diameter, the lateral test diameter is 8 mm what is mentioned here. So I'm going to input 8 mm here. It comes out to be 0.008. Coming to the cover that we use in the column is 40 mm. That is why I've written it as 0.04. That comes in meter. Now coming to the shape of the stirrups. These are the shape what we had seen in the drawing. The one which will go completely. This is one shape and this is a second shape. So I've written both the shapes here. This is one shape and this is second shape. Now you have to find the cutting length of that particular stirrup. In order to find the cutting length of the stirrup, we need to understand one concept here, and once we understand that, we can calculate the cutting length. So this is how your cover blocks are going to look. These are my column reinforcement, and you can see the lateral ties. And these are the cover blocks that is called as cover for the column, which is 40 mm. In some cases it can go to 25 mm, but for time being we'll consider it has to be 40 mm. So you can see it, right? These are the cover blocks. Yeah, so you can see it here. Whenever I try to find the cutting length of the stirrup, whatever is the size of my column, I have to take that. Whatever is the size of my column, let us say the size of my column is 450 mm. This side it is 450. So the stirrup will be, or the lateral ties will be, what you have to do, you have to deduct the cover of the column from both the side. That means from here you have to deduct 40 mm on the left side, and even from the right side you have to deduct 40 mm. That means 450 is my length of the column, minus 40 from the left side and minus 40 from the right side. Whatever answer you are going to get, that is the cutting length of my stirrup on one side. Similarly, on the other side also I'll be having another dimension. Let us say it is 230 mm, right? 230 by 450 is the size of a column. So 230 minus 40 mm minus 40 mm is going to give me 180 mm, right? Yeah, whatever it is, we'll see that how much it will come out. 230 mm, we'll see that. Yeah, it will come out to be 0.15. Yeah, 150 mm it will come out, right? Yeah, we'll try to clear all these things. Yeah, so you can see it here, isn't it? So from this we are going to get a clear idea. So this is the size of my column. Let us consider this has to be 450 mm. This is 450 mm, and let us consider this to be 230 mm. For time being, I'll consider this length has to be 230 mm. So when I find the cutting length of this stirrup, no, this is my stirrup which is going. So this length will be whatever is my length of the column, that is 450 mm, minus 40 mm of cover from this side and minus 40 mm cover from this side. So I'm going to get this length. Similarly, when I try to do it on the other side, I'll make use of a different color. Yeah, when I try to do on this side as well, so this length is 230 mm. So 230 minus, there's a 40 mm cover from this side as well, and also the 40 mm cover from this side. I'll be getting 150 mm. So this 150 mm is the length on this side. This is how we need to calculate. Now if I try to add all the length, that is this length plus this length plus this length and this length, along with that you'll be having a hook here. If you try to add all the length, you're going to get the cutting length for the one single stirrup. So we'll try to do the same exercise on the Excel sheet as well. Yeah, so with this understanding, I've taken everything. The moment I go here, what I'm going to do, I'll give a equal sign here. And what is the length of my column? The length of my column is 450 mm. So whichever is the longer side, no, that will be my length. That will be the length of my column. And whichever is my shorter side, that will be the breadth of the column. So 450 is my length of the column. I'll say minus whatever cover I have written here, no, that is 40 mm. I'll click it. Yeah, wait. Yeah, minus 40 mm is the cover on one side. Similarly, on the other side, you have to do that minus 40 mm and give a hit, enter button. So the Excel is going to calculate the cutting length on the longer side. Similarly, come to the shorter side as well. So the shorter side is 230 mm minus, and click the cover on, click on this once. That is on left side cover is gone. Again, click it. The right side cover is also gone. So you got this length and this length. Whereas this length and this length remains the same. Try to do the same exercise here as well as here. And the hook, what you can see here, right? So we already seen that practically how that hook is gonna look. There's no point in looking it again. See, this is the hook what we have. This hook, one hook is here and another hook is on this side. That means I have two hooks, and the length of the hook is usually 80 mm, but again it depends on the drawing what is given. For time being, I'm considering the hook has to be 80 mm. I put that in the meter, so it comes out to be 0.08. So right, so now coming to the spacing of a ties, what is given in the structural drawing, the spacing has to be 200 mm. So what I'm going to do, I'm writing it in terms of meter, it comes out to be 0.2. Now coming to the cutting length of the stirrup, whatever we got, we have not got the cutting length, only the this length, this length, this length, and this length we have got. So we'll try to add all things. The cutting length of one stirrup is equal to whatever you got it here, add it, along with that add 0.15 plus add this as well, and plus add this as well. So whatever we have got the cutting length, but there is a hook to that. So hook length is 0.08. I'll add that as well. But how many hooks are there? There are two hooks. So I'm going to add this as two times 0.08 plus 0.08, and I'm going to give an enter button. So what has happened? 1.2 is the cutting length of my that particular stirrup. So for one stirrup I am doing, what will be my total stirrup, that we'll try to do later. Before that, you need to understand one more point here. Whatever we are calculating now, no, again, whatever we are calculating the number of lateral ties, that is up to the top of the plinth beam, that is up to the top of the plinth beam. But one thing we need to understand, whatever stirrup is going, no, that will go only till the bottom of the plinth beam, because since here the beam is going, so this is my column and this is my beam. So in between this junction, you are not going to put any lateral ties. Your lateral ties will only go till the bottom of the plinth beam. So that is why what we need to do, and erase this, that is why whatever length we had got here, right, what was the length that we got here? So this length what we had got in the column, that was 2.476. Out of that length, whatever is the depth of your plinth beam, we need to deduct that. Only for the calculation of the lateral ties we need to do that. So 2.46 is my that length, and the plinth beam depth is 380 mm, that we already seen from the quantity estimation classes, that whatever is my depth of the plinth beam, everywhere it is 380 mm. So I have taken 380 mm written here. So what I'm going to do here, in the total height, I'll write is equal to sign whatever length I have here, no, that I'm going to deduct it from the plinth beam. So I'm going to get the height for the lateral ties to go, and I'll hit the enter button. So it's coming 2.096. We'll try to see this again if there is, yeah, yeah, this may help us in understanding. See, this much is your plinth beam. So you will not be putting the column lateral ties here. Your column lateral ties will stop up to here, and from here again it's going to start. But what length we had calculated, no, that two, whatever length we had calculated, that was what was that length? The length was 2.476. Yeah. So this 2.476 length what we had calculated was up to the top of the plinth beam. This is 2.476 was up to the top of the plinth beam. But this deduction we need to do. The depth of the plinth beam has to be taken out so that we get the number of lateral ties. So that is why I have done the deduction for the uh, lateral ties while calculating the height. Yeah, yeah. So you're going to get the total height of 2.096. Now what you have to do, whatever spacing you are getting, whatever total height you have got, from that divide it by number of lateral ties spacing. That is number of stirrups is equal to what I'm going to do. Yeah, already done it. Yeah. So number of stirrups or number of lateral ties I need. I have found only one. So total height is 2.906. In out of 2.096, if the spacing is point 0.2, point 0.2, point 0.2, how many such numbers are gonna come? So what you have to do? 2.096 divided by 0.2. We'll try to do this manually. Yeah. Yeah. Let me use a calculator quickly. Yeah. So 2.096, I'm dividing it by 0.2. So it's coming to be 10.48, let us say 11 numbers, and 11 plus 1 comes out to be 12. That is why you can see a 12 number here, right? So I hope this is understood. And now going to the total cutting length. For 1 bar, it is 1.2. For 12 bar, how much it is going to come? 12 into 1.2 you have to do, you are going to get 14.4. Now coming to the interesting part. See how many such number of columns are there? There are 8 such number of columns, right? Because we are, if you see that whatever we are calculating is for this particular column only, so there are 8 number of columns. So that is why what you need to do, the moment you get the excel sheet, enter here 8 number of such columns are there. Now coming to the weight of that, it's a 8 bar. What I need to do, whatever is the cutting length of all the bar, multiply that by weight of the 8 bar, that is 0.39, and hit the enter button. So we are going to get 5.616 kg for all the lateral ties. But this is for a single column. We have 8 such columns. So what we are going to do is equal to whatever you are getting here for the weight of one column, multiply that by 8 number of columns, and multiply that by 8 number of columns, you are going to get the total steel, that is 44.928. Yeah, that's it. So this is how you need to find the cutting length for the lateral ties. So if you make any changes here, the excel is going to do it on its own. Let us say instead of 0.38 is your depth of the plinth beam, let us say there is one drawing where the depth of the plinth beam is 0.45. So I'm going to enter 0.45 here and hit the enter button. So what has happened, the total height has come down, and based on the height, what has happened, the number of lateral ties also will be calculated, and it has come to 12 number, right? So, and similarly the weight of the steel also will come, and this things also is going to change. Yeah. And also if the diameter is changed here, you can change the diameter also, and based on that the calculations will be done. So instead of 0.2, let us say I have a column where the spacing is some 0.25. So if I am entering 0.25 here, so what has happened, the number of stirrup from 12 it has come down to 10 because spacing has increased. And similarly what will happen, the total weight of the steel also will change. Similarly, if let us say instead of 8 columns I had 4 columns, I'm inputting a 4 column here. Similarly what has happened, the weight is also going to come down. So whatever calculation, whatever drawing we have, based on that we need to do this calculation. And only the thing is that make sure that you're inputting the right values in the right space so that you get the final answer. So in the next lecture we'll try to find how the another lateral test that is given here, right? We have found only the master ring. Now there is one more ring inside that. We need to find the cutting length of that bar as well, that lateral test as well. So we'll see that in the next lecture. So I hope this is understood up to here. We'll see you back in the next lecture. Thank you.